I think same as yesterday. Anderson in nets, Veronin, Pumple out, Shabbat doing warm up. But unless there's a sickness or injury in the middle of the day, we should go with 6.
What's the type of game you anticipate here tonight in Tampa?
Well, we know that they don't have a lot of flaws. These guys, they got good goaltenders. Whoever's in nets tonight. For them. They're really solid on the back end. They got size back there and good transition. I think their forwards with speed and their D jumping into the play is the major threat. It's a team of players that have played together for a little while now, so a lot of chemistry between them. But speed and the D jumping in, I think, is the biggest strength.
You mentioned your experience in Tampa in your first NHL coaching job helped you in this time around. In what ways have maybe you adapted or changed as a coach since that time? Obviously, you had that experience overseas as well.
Well, for me, it's a lot less about things on the ice. It's more about things off ice. It's things that when you come in, you don't really know what the NHL is really about. It's everything outside the game, I would say, is the big thing to adjust to. The things you don't control. Coaches, we control about 60%. If we stay humble, that pretty much is the situation. There's so many circumstances surrounding the game, whether it's game day or trades and contracts and all kinds of stuff, that if you put your focus on that, you waste a lot of energy. And so this time around, it's a lot easier for me to know what's coming ahead of time. And very calm about pretty much everything right now, because it's just something I've seen before. So I think the outside stuff, the hockey part, the game has changed a little bit in the last years in terms of the speeds, even a lot more than before. But it was already fast a few years ago. The Ds are a lot more involved than they used to be. In the forecheck, they're involved so much in transition now. It's more of a puck retrieving style of game now than it is what it used to be with big defensemen that were tough. And so your defensemen have to have speed. And you look at Tampa, they've got size and speed back there and good transition. The middle's jammed. Doesn't matter what system you play. It's a 1-2-2, 1-1-3, 1-3-1, 2-3. I mean, that's everybody's system in the neutral zone is very hard to get through now. So these are the things that I think have developed over the last few years.
Young talent really impressed you? I mean, Matthew, the young talent in this league.
Yeah, but I was lucky. I mean, before I got this job, I coached Crosby and Stamkos and Tavares and all these guys. So, they're just a continuation of that style of player. I call them it's the machine generation. They're so in shape, so fast. They had personal trainers since they were very young, and those guys come in, they're ready right now to be players. So I saw Matthews last year, and he was already a man. He was already a two-way guy. He's already responsible. So I'm not surprised by what he's been doing. And you look at Connor McDavid and those guys. It's just a continuation of what's been happening in the last 10, 15 years in terms of development of the players. And that's why it's so exciting. I think it's more exciting than ever. There's more speed than ever, more skill. It's just tougher to get through teams collectively because, coaches, it's become a bit like a football league now where there's experts at every field, and they put a lot of time into what the other teams are doing, what they should be doing. So I think that's what I see. But the players themselves, they're so impressive now. But it was the same 3 years ago, I would say. So.
And I think you were asked yesterday, does it matter about facing Tampa again for you personally?
You know what? It brings back good memories. Definitely does. I've had such a terrific experience there. Making it the 7th game in a conference final and developing some great relationships with the people inside the organization and outside. I owe the people there a lot. So it's just a lot of positives coming back to me. But the reality is it's been such a distance in a number of years that emotionally it's not, I guess, what the media would like to make it. It really is all about positive stuff that I've lived in the past and the chance I've been given to start my NHL career there. So that's where it's at. So today for me it's more about we're playing a really good team. We're playing a top team, one of the favorites to win the Stanley Cup. And a team that doesn't have many flaws. So it's a big challenge for us, and it's good that we have it now. I think we've had a bit of success since the beginning. We're not where we want to be yet, but it's a good challenge that we want to take on.